You've probably called something a vapor barrier that isn't one. In fact, many materials people label as vapor barriers don't actually qualify. Let's break down the 3 vapor retarder classes and see where common building materials really fit in. Hi, I'm Chris Heim with the Pennsylvania Housing Research Center, or PHRC. If you're a builder, designer, or code official, this topic matters more than you might think. Using the wrong terminology can create confusion in specifications, plan reviews, and even lead to performance issues in the field. Here's the key takeaway right up front. Not all vapor retarders are vapor barriers. In fact, only Class 1 vapor retarders qualify as true vapor barriers. The 2021 IRC requires vapor retarders in framed wall assemblies in climate zones 4 through 8, but the class of vapor retarder that can be used depends on the climate zone and the wall construction. In this video, we'll look at the 3 vapor retarder classifications, explain what separates them, and identify common materials that can meet each classification or potentially exclude them from being a vapor retarder altogether. Let's start with Class 1 vapor retarders. These materials are the most resistant to water vapor diffusion and have a vapor permeance of 0.1 perm or less. Because they are so resistant to water vapor movement, Class 1 vapor retarders are the only materials that can be properly called vapor barriers. Some common examples include sheet polyethylene. This can be found in both clear and in white, typically used under concrete slabs, but have been used on exterior walls as well. Another example of a Class 1 vapor retarder or vapor barrier would be foil-faced polyiso rigid foam insulation. Again, this is non-perforated foil-faced insulation. Whenever you have this, it is a Class 1 vapor retarder or vapor barrier. Let's move on to Class 2 vapor retarders. These materials restrict water vapor diffusion but allow more water vapor than Class 1 vapor retarders, with a vapor permeance ranging from greater than 0.1 perm up to and including 1 perm. Because they are less restrictive than Class 1 vapor retarders, they allow a limited amount of water vapor to pass through while still providing resistance to vapor diffusion. Some common examples of Class 2 vapor retarders are craft-faced fiberglass batt insulation. It is the craft facing that gives this material its Class 2 vapor retarder specifications. Another example would be extruded polystyrene or XPS greater than 1 inch. Typically, whenever you have an XPS, exterior rigid foam, greater than 1 inch, it falls within the Class 2 vapor retarder classification. Finally, let's take a look at Class 3 vapor retarders. These materials allow more water vapor diffusion than both Class 1 and Class 2 vapor retarders, with a water vapor permeance ranging from greater than 1 perm up to and including 10 perms. Because these are the least restrictive of all 3 classifications, Class 3 vapor retarders are often used in wall assemblies designed to allow greater drying potential. Some common examples of Class 3 vapor retarders include latex paint, some latex paints, some enamel paints. Your typical 7/16 OSB sheathing falls within the Class 3 vapor retarders, and XPS or extruded polystyrene rigid insulation up to 1 inch, typically, depending on the manufacturer's specifications, so always check them, fall within the Class 3 vapor retarder classification. Before we wrap up, it's worth mentioning that some materials don't fall into any of these 3 vapor retarder classifications. Materials with a vapor permeance greater than 10 perms are often referred to as vapor open materials. Because they allow water vapor to pass through relatively easy, vapor open materials can help wall assemblies dry when moisture is present. Common examples include unfaced fiberglass insulation and many modern house wraps. I have with me 2 examples of the modern house wrap. The first one here, brand specific, is Tyvek house wrap that does come in at around 54 perms. The second example that I have here today is Typar house wrap. Typar does come in a little bit lower at 11 to 12 perms, but is still considered vapor open. To recap, not all vapor retarders are vapor barriers. Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 vapor retarders each allow different levels of water vapor diffusion, and understanding the differences can help you make better decisions when designing, building, or reviewing wall assemblies. Thank you for watching, and I would like to give a special thank you to Bennett Supply Company, who graciously donated some of these building materials. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and visit the PHRC website, phrc.psu.edu, for additional educational resources and training opportunities. We hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.